Hi students, I'm Sreelakshmi Ajay. I'm a BA trainee at Sreenarayana Training College Post Circle. This is a part of my third semester syllabus. Okay, so I'm going to teach you about metals in your basic science textbook, part 2. Okay, first I will show you something that you may know and you have to differentiate between these two. What is this? Yes, it is a ruler. It's a scale, right? Okay. What is this? Yes, it is also a scale, right? It is also a scale. So what's the difference between these two? Yes, it is a metal and this is a plastic scale. So you have differentiated between metals and non-metal. You already know what a metal is. We uh, use metals like um, where do we use metals? You say yes, we use metals in our kitchen. We use as coins. There is 1 rupee coin, 2 rupee coin, 5 rupee, 10 rupee, and 20 rupee coin, right? So in this uh, video, we are going to learn about some properties of metals. So why do the metals behave like that? Okay, so are um, that's what we are going to learn in our class. So for in the first, I will show you some pictures that you may know, and you have to tell me what they are. In the first picture, what is it? Yes, a lady wearing so many jewelry items. Okay, so uh, which jewelry is she wearing? Yes, they are bangles made up of gold, necklace made up of gold, uh, earrings made up of gold, etc. Right? Yes. Have you noticed this in your home? Yes, there is wiring in our home. These are those wirings. So, what do we call those wires? Yes, they are copper wires. Very good. Now, here, a person is ringing the bell. Is it a school? Yes, right. It's the peon who ring the bell for the school timings. Okay. Do we hear what sound do we hear? Yes. Tin, 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 tin. Now the school has the students can leave their class right from that sound. Okay. Yes. Have you seen this? Yeah. When your um, parents take out and when we buy some parcel, you may get these types of papers, right? What is it called? Yes, it is aluminum foil. Okay. Now these, yes, you have seen it in the workplaces. Okay. So what are these? Very good. It is iron nail. Okay. What are these? Yes, these are some utensils. Okay. These are some vessels which are made up of can be silver, steel, gold, and also copper is there. Okay. So from these, can you characterize some of the properties of metals? Can you say, I'm sorry? Okay. Can you give me some elements that we have seen in the picture? Yes, there is gold, aluminium, iron, yes, copper, and silver. Okay, very good. So, are there only these elements present in nature? No, right? So, have you seen this chart in your last page of your textbook? Yes, it is periodic table of elements. Can you find some of the elements that we have shown in the previous slide in from this periodic table of elements? Okay, let's Let us find out. Yes, there is iron. Okay. Now there is copper and there is silver, gold. Can you find aluminum here? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Yes, here is the aluminum. Okay. So you have already seen that there are so many elements here. Are all these metals? Are all these having the same property? Have you thought of it? Okay. Let us see whether these metals show, whether these elements show same property or not. Okay. Have these metals have properties and why do these metals show the properties? At first, I will show you a video. Okay, what can you see here? What can you see here? A person is hammering a metal piece and it is getting flattened, right? Okay, and also, can you hear any sound? Yes, right, you can hear a sound. Okay, next is what is it? It is a Sachin chain we wear. Okay, let's see what's happening to the gold. Okay, so in here, what do we see? The metal is taken in a bowl and it is heated and melted and also it has been uh, made into a thin wire to make the chain, right? Also, wasn't it shining? Look at this. Was is the metal shiny? Yes, right. It is shiny in appearance. Okay. Now I'll show you another photo. Okay. So what is this? Mhm. Yes, you're right. Water is boiling in a utensil in a stove. Okay, can we touch that? No, right? It's really hot. Okay, so is the metal hot or only the water is hot? Both the metal and water are hot. So how do we take it out from the stove? Sometimes we use another cloth-like material to take it out, or you can use cloth. Otherwise, using a bare hand can lead you to burns. Okay, you already know that. Now, have you seen it in your new home or your home? Yes, you see it. It is the copper wire standing out of the wall. Okay. Have you seen this? You of course have seen this. This nut and bolt. They are in bicycles, in machines, in every machines you see there is a nut and bolt. Even in your mobile phones there is it. Okay. Now from these, can you characterize some of the properties of metals? Yes, there is hard. The metals are hard, right? Okay. It has a lustrous property. It was shiny in appearance. Okay, a sound was producing, right? A sound was producing when the metal was hammered. What was the sound? Tin, 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 like that, right? Okay. In the boiling water utensil, there was a heat transfer from the stove to what? From the stove to the metal. That is why it was heating. And as the copper wire, they show electric transfer. Okay. Now, so in this video, what was happening? The metal was hammering, and I'll show you once more. The metal was hammering, and it is getting flattened, right? Okay. So this, have you seen this in the previous slide? Yes, it is aluminum foil. It is a paper like thin sheet. How can this thin sheet be made? It can be hammered. Okay. So where can this be using? Yes, in your food, in food wrapping, chocolate wrapping, etc. So the property in which this is happening, this thin sheet is happening, is called the malleability. The property in which the metal can be beaten into thin sheets is called malleability. It's called malleability. Okay. Now I'll show you another video. The video, it can be drawn into thin wires, right? Okay, these are wires. Okay. Have you seen this? Yes, it is a bulb. These are used in our rooms for lighting up. Okay. Can you see the wires here? Yes, it is tungsten wire and it is coiled. Okay. This is a gold wire which is drawn into thin wires. So the metal having what property? The metal can be drawn into thin wires, and this property in which the metal can be drawn into thin wires is called ductility, which is called ductility. Okay. Now I'll show you another video of a sodium metal which is cutting using a knife. Okay. The metal is cutting using a knife. Okay.
Greetings! In this video, I will cut sodium and present the fresh metallic surface.
Okay, look at that. He was doing what? He was cutting a metal with knife. It is sodium metal. Sodium is so soft that it can be cut with a knife. Okay. Is it having a shiny appearance in the freshly cut portion? Is it shining? Yes, right. It is shining. Okay. Now, can we cut the iron rod using a knife? No, right. Then what we do? Okay, let's see the video. What are they doing? They are using a machine to cut it off. Otherwise, it won't be cut. Okay. It is really hard to cut it. So, the metals are hard and also soft. Okay. Some metals can be cut using a knife and some cannot. This property of metal, this is a property of metal. Okay. So lithium, gallium, cesium, sodium, potassium are soft metals and they can be cut using a knife, while copper, aluminum, iron are hard metals and they cannot be cut into knife. They need machineries to cut. You have seen that there was a shining appearance in the cut portion of sodium. Okay, so what will be it called? It is called metallic luster. The surface newly formed when the metals are cut and has a shiny appearance. This property is known as metallic luster. Very good. Okay. Now, in the picture, you have already said that the metals is heat. So we use cloth. Okay, so this is also a property of metal. So the property that's shown by the metal is called thermal conductivity. Thermal means heat. Conduction means it is transferring. Okay, so the ability to conduct heat is an important property of the metal. This property is known as thermal conductivity. So the silver is the best thermal conductor among metals. Okay. So what is this? This is electricity, right? It is thundering bolt. Where is it coming from? It is coming from the copper wire. So we can say that the copper wire conducts electricity. Okay, so that is why they are using in our circuits. We have seen it in your home. Okay, so this property is called electrical conductivity, the transfer of electricity by metals. The ability of a substance to let electricity pass through it is known as electrical conductivity. Silver is the best electrical conductor among metals. Copper, aluminum are also good conductors of electricity. Okay, so is gold a conductor of electricity? Yes, it is a conductor of electricity, but it conducts very less. Okay, that is why we can wear it in our hands. Otherwise, we will get shock. Okay, so there's a little experiment about the sound of the metal. Before that, I'll show you one thing. What is it? Yes, it is a bell. Okay, so what is the sound producing here? It's the metal bell is having producing a sound. Okay, so now take a spoon. Now take a spoon. Yes, take a spoon and take a plate. Okay, so when I took a plate and just bang it with each other, the sound is created. Look at it. Yes, there is a tin 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 sound, right? Okay. Now I took a hammer and now I am hammering a wood. Okay. What is the sound here? Tuck 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 tuck. Right. Okay. So these two sounds are really very different. Okay. So okay. The ability of metals to produce sound when tapped with a hard material is known as sonority. In the bell, there is a small portion here that touches the metal portion and having the sound. Okay, this property is called sonority. This property is called sonority. Okay, very good. Now, to summarize, we can see the properties of metal that we have discussed in the class. First is malleability. So what is malleability? Malleability is the property of metal in which the metal can be hammered into thin sheets, right? Thin sheets. Okay. So look at this. The aluminum or the steel has been hammered into a thin sheet. Okay. This is malleability, and the most malleable is the gold. Next is ductility. Ductility, what is it? The metal can be drawn into thin wires. Okay, the metal can be drawn into thin wires. Look at this. It is a gold and it is thin wire. Okay. The hardness. There are two types of metals. There are soft metals and hard metals. Can you give me an example of soft metal? Yes, sodium. Very good. Very good. Okay. Can you give me a hard metal? Yes, it is iron. Very good. Okay. Now, when we cut the sodium metal, could you see a shining appearance on the surface of the freshly cut portion? So, what is it due to? It's due to metallic cluster. Very good. Now, the utensils in our kitchen can only be taken with a cloth or a cloud-like material to take it out of the stove because it has, yes, heat transfer. which is the property of metal called thermal conductivity. So the copper wires can be used for electrical conductivity, and the property in which the metal can be conduct the electricity is called what? No, I can't hear it. Hear you. Come on. Yes, it is electrical conductivity. Okay. So the bell, which property is shown by this bell? Yes, sonority. Very good. Okay. Now I am giving a problem in which you have to complete this. Okay. So given below are situation which make use of some properties of metal, can you complete it? Okay. Uses to make electrical wires. Which is the property to we take make to use electrical wires? Wires. Yes, one is ductility and electrical conductivity. Very good. Okay. Next, to make aluminum foils to wrap food materials. Yes, they should be made into thin sheets, and the properties is called malleability of the metal, and they also have thermal conductivity. Have you have you observed that when the food is wrapped, the parota, which the Kerala parota, when you wrap the Kerala parota in the aluminum foil, you can feel a hot. We can heat. You can feel the hot in your hands, right? Okay. So how is that happening? It is due to the aluminum foil's thermal conducting nature. Very good. Okay, moving on to the next question. The uses to make utensil. Which are the properties is present in the utensil? Yes, it's malleability. It is made into thin sheet. That is why it is made into a sheet. Let me tell you. Look at that. It is a thin structure. And how is this made up of? It is made up of malleability and ductility to bring the upper portion and lower portion, and it has thermal conductivity. Right? Okay. Now, farming tools. They have also metal malleability and ductility. So, to make bells used in places of worship. So, which property is that? It is sonority. Okay. To make bells, there are also malleability and ductility, but moreover, they show the property called sonority. Very good. Okay, now I am going to provide you a follow-up activity that you should observe and find the reason and write it in your science diary. Next question is, the electrical wire that we see on the electric post outside our houses are made up of aluminum. What could be the reason? Okay, normally we use copper wires in order to make the home appliances, right? So why are we using aluminum wires for the electric post outside? So you have to think and write it in your science diary. Okay, next question is it advisable to use plastic or wood to make instruments like cymbals and bells? Is it advisable? Okay, you have to think and you have to write the reason behind it. Okay, so thank you for hearing my class, and you have to complete it and write it in your science diary. And thank you for watching this video. Thank you so much.